Oh, welcome back, you lovely bunch. Thanks for tuning in again. I hope you're all doing good. Right, today I have something a little bit different, a little bit strange. I'm just going to get straight in it and show you. This is probably the most odd bike I've had on the channel. Like you guys know, I do love a random bike. So when Engwe offered to send me one of their M20 dual battery like e-bikes, I was like, well, I mean, like, look at it, look at it. This is the Engwe M20. It has a 750 watt brushless motor, has this dual battery setup, and each of these batteries gives you a 75 kilometer range. So this bike has 150 kilometers range and a 750 watt motor. And I know to some of you this totally isn't going to be your thing. I mean, look at it. It is like, it's like the love child of a fat bike and a cafe racer. I mean, I don't know if I love or hate it. I think I kind of dig it, I'm going to be honest. It's certainly not modelled after like your classic bicycles. I've only ridden this a little bit. This is like hella fun. Got your 750 watt like brushless motor, that's in the rear wheel. Pedal assist, has a Shimano Tawny rear mech, 7-speed. It's a 20-inch wheel and it has this 4-inch wide tyre. So I believe the outside diameter is 23 inches. The saddle height is not adjustable, so I am stuck at this height. So there is a lot of bent knees when I'm riding, but honestly, on this type of bike with this kind of power, we're not looking for that optimal cycling position. We're just out having a little bit of fun. And after my long smashy road ride yesterday, what better bike is there for a few errands than an e-bike? I mean, an e-bike that looks like a cafe racer kind of thing. So it has headlights, it has brakes, it has 7-speed. It does have a twist throttle, which again, I know is not strictly legal in the UK, but I'm going to be using it responsibly, you know? So I'll put links all down below to the Engwe bikes. This is £1,299. They've currently got £200 off. Is that not the most random bike I've had on the channel? And I've had some random e-bikes on there. Anyway, let's get on this and go and have a bit of fun. Right, let's go. So hear me out, like the whole like e-bike legislation thing, like I think it was brought in years ago before people actually knew like loads about e-bikes. So listen, I don't think we have the right legislation here in the UK, and you can tell that because all over the world there's different restrictions on e-bikes. Like surely there should just be one, like one global one that makes sense, one that's like easier, one that means we all get exactly the same bike essentially and the same capabilities. But like, why has the UK got different e-bike restrictions to EU? And so another thing I want to talk about is a throttle control. Like this is not legal in the UK, but on e-bikes are heavier, they weigh a hell of a lot more, so getting these started can be a bit of a chore. So if you're like myself, you ride every day, it's not that much an effort. But if you're buying this type of e-bike, the chances are you're not like an everyday cyclist, you're like a recreational one, or you're getting back into it, or you're using it for a bit of like environmentally friendly transport. Pulling away in traffic on a heavy bike, especially with the seat like a little bit low like this, can be a little bit sketchy, and it can make you feel really vulnerable. Having a throttle, I mean, look, I mean, you can just pull away safely, then you can start pedaling and the pedal assist engages. But the problem is the throttle restrictions in the UK are so ridiculously low that it's like slower than walking speed, so it doesn't even help you pull away. Like, are the restrictions on e-bikes here in the UK just too tight? I know this isn't a normal topic we're discussing here on the channel. I mean maybe it is. The channel is like pretty random. But anyway, back to the bike. I'm thoroughly enjoying a very lazy ride, and it does feel like a lazy ride because the pedal assist on this is something magnificent. It takes a little bit of time to kick in, but once you're going, like, oh, you zoom in. Look at that. Woo! Easy rider. This is like a wicked little camera bike. If I was filming other people riding, like the fact that I don't really have to pedal, like, you know, I could like really like, you know what I mean? I can like pan shots, I can like chat to you guys quite well, I can have a little look behind. And I'm putting in no effort, you know. When I first got on this bike, I was thinking there's no shot I'm doing like an hour ride, a 2-hour ride on it. Like, it looks really too low, and like I'm over 6 foot. I thought it just wouldn't be that comfortable, but honestly, I feel quite chill, to be honest. It is a little bit flat here, as you can see. I think we're going to take it to some hills to see how that does. I mean, this is where the batteries do get drained. Whenever they put, like, these bikes will do 75 kilometres, it will do 75 kilometres on like a dead flat road like this. So if you live somewhere hilly like this, expect a little bit more battery drain. But yeah, let's check out how this does up some hills. All right, I'm going to do some zooming. All right, let's... So I've purposely sought out one of the steepest hills on my ride home. This is brutal on my gravel bike with like crazy wide gearing, and yes, I'm in pedal assist 5, so it's making very much light work of this. Currently at about 14 kilometers an hour, which is faster than I'll be climbing up this on my road bike. I mean, I'd have to be pinned to be doing this speed up there. And effort level, I'm just chilling. The thing that does make it a little bit harder is obviously the seat height. It could be a little bit higher up, but then this bike has a certain aesthetic, and I can appreciate the need for a nice aesthetic, and it does look cool. So does it really matter that I don't have that pedaling position? No, because you know what, we're about to hit another hill here, and I'm just gonna give it a crank and fly up this hill at a very casual 27 kilometers an hour. So as far as riding up hills, I think it's pretty damn good. And whilst it's not like effortless, it's definitely easier than like any of my other non-e-bikes. So here it is, the Engwe M20 dual battery. I mean, I'm sure there's a load of stuff I missed. So I've just done a little 16.5 kilometers on it. I have lost 1 bar of battery. So actually it's not as bad as I thought, and I was proper like giving it some throttle just to see how much the battery would drain, especially on these climbs. Yeah, on the whole, if you fancy something a little bit different, I mean, this is probably not going to be for your everyday cyclist, your gravel racers, your road racers, your crit racers, but maybe if you want something fun for the weekend when you're having your like chilled rest day rides. Honestly, I think these are marketed towards people that don't cycle a whole load, that are, say, getting into cycling, that don't like the whole aesthetic of normal looking bikes. They want something that does look a little bit different. They might find that bikes look a little bit naff with their skinny tyres and skinny frame, and this might be more appealing for them. You know, each to their own. If you think this is great, that's awesome, because you know what, I like it too. My life is about to change and get a lot more hectic very, very shortly, so I'm going to take the enjoyment wherever I can. Yeah, massive thanks to Engwe for sending this over. Check out all their links down below in the description. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys very soon. Bye.